And our good friend Heath Brooks is joining us today from our friends at Timberlake League and Brooks.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Very
exciting
happy.
time for us.
I bet it is. Well, we are going to get to those calls in just a second. So if you do have a question, make sure you go ahead and give us a call now. But we did want to get into some breaking news that we just talked about a couple of minutes ago regarding Judge Self.
That's right.
Were you pretty shocked when you first heard these allegations of somebody who's supposed to uphold the law?
I'm always shocked. I'm always shocked when I hear somebody as part of our profession, potentially a judge, being accused of something like this. You know, the one thing to remember is that you're innocent in this country until proven guilty. These are just accusations right now, but they're pretty bad accusations. You know, using money of the public taxpayer money for your own benefit can be an issue. You know, and that's one of those things that when as a judge, you have to be very cognizant about how you are spending the public's money. And if these accusations become reality, in other words, if a jury convicts Judge Self, then there's going to be consequences.
And that's what I was going to ask you about. So specifically, first of all, we were talking about Lauderdale County Judge Gilbert Self, indicted earlier this morning. What does this mean for some of the cases that might have been on his docket that he obviously will not be hearing now? But how does this affect those?
Well, as far as I know right now, he is still functioning as a judge in Lauderdale County. Obviously, there are a couple of different things that can happen here if he is convicted of these crimes after a lengthy discovery period, a lengthy amount of litigation that a jury ultimately convicts him, then he will no longer be on the bench. However, there is another avenue where a judge who has been accused or convicted of judicial misconduct can have a complaint against him for not following that code of conduct that judges are supposed to follow.
We appreciate you talking to us
Sure,
about that.
not a problem.
Really do.
It's concerning for the entire legal community.
Absolutely.
We're concerned about this. This is one of our own, so
Right.
we're concerned about this.
It always hits home when it is.
Yeah.
Now, we do have a caller that is on the line. So, Leanne, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good morning to you. Go ahead with your question.
Yes. Should someone stay in your home for a period of 1 to 2 months and they receive mail at your home, can they then claim that address as their place of address? And would you be able to get them to move out by law?
Okay, Leanne, you got two issues here. One is that does that become that person's legal address if they start receiving mail in your home? And then the other is can you make them leave? The first side of that is it could. It could, if that person is staying in your home with your permission for a significant period of time, and now they're receiving mail, it becomes their official residence, then yes, it could become their home, and in effect, they become an actual tenant at your house, particularly if they're providing some sort of benefit, paying for some of the bills, cleaning the yard, any kind of benefit to you. So that's your first issue, is have they become a tenant? And the answer is, it could have happened. If that person does become a tenant, then there is a legal avenue you can take to get them to be removed from your home. That's called, the fancy legal term, is an unlawful detainer action. And you actually have to go to the court and file an unlawful detainer action. I believe you can do that in the district court, which is the 8th floor of the Madison County Courthouse. And you will file for that unlawful detainer. But one thing that's important to remember is that you have to give the notice to your prospective tenant that to leave the premises 30 days, and then once you give that notice, then you file your action, and then it'll go before a judge. That's kind of the pathway there.
So does the law lay out a specified time frame that they would have to live there or be there to become a tenant?
Now, it's a gray area. It's a gray area. And so you could become a tenant if you stay there a couple of weeks and you pay rent. So there's a lot of factors that go into making a determination about whether or not you are a legal tenant under the law. I don't know all of your factors, Leanne, but I can tell you that when they start receiving mail at your house and you've been okay with that, then you move into perhaps they're a tenant, probably need to talk to an attorney and see what your legal options are.
Good answer right there. Well, Heath, I want to thank you so much for coming on. Definitely appreciate that.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all.
We'll be right back.